Here on Motorhead Garage, we always say, if it goes, we love it. Well, I love this Jeep. It's lifted, looks great, does well on and off-road, and we've got this Jeep and a whole lot more coming up next on Motorhead Garage.
Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, if you're like me, you love a great 4x4, and I tell you what, these are a couple great 4x4s. They're brought to us from our friends here at Primal 4x4 and Fab. Blake, tell me what you guys do down there in Charlotte.
We do it all, man, from mild to wild, suspensions, lift, wheels, tires, bumpers, you name it.
So if I buy a stock Jeep and I want to go off-roading, how does the process begin? What do I need to do with Primal?
It's pretty simple. You give us a call. We run through, what your final goal is, what are you going to do with the vehicle, and what your budget is, and we work within those means to best suit what you want to do.
As for the equipment you're putting on the Jeeps, what level are we talking about?
We aim to do high-end work and use high-end products. We don't like using lower-end stuff that's going to fail later on. So we like to ensure that our products and what we install is going to last, and it's going to take the abuse that these vehicles go through.
You have a lot of people coming in, I understand, that haven't been in this 4x4 world before. So what's your advice to them right off the bat?
Most of the time we start small and just work into something, give them a baseline level to start from, and then we go from there. Or we ask them, do they have a final vision for their vehicle, and we build upon that. So if I know that someone wants to go beat up the trails, then we're going to build towards that. If they just want to cruise to the mall, we can do that.
What are some of the preconceived notions people might come in with when they want to lift their vehicle or make it look like one of these?
A lot of times we get phone calls, it's how much is a lift kit? And it's like, well, that's a loaded question because it's mild to wild. Some lift kits are $600, some are $6,000. It really depends.
What are some of the trickiest things when it comes to installing lift kits like this, and why are you guys the experts?
Some of the tricky stuff is getting your angles right, and most people don't realize how important suspension geometry and steering geometry is, and we like to pride ourselves that we know all about that, and we try and get it right.
How did your passion for four-wheeling and vehicles like this start?
My dad bought his first Jeep when I was a sophomore in high school, and we slowly built that and went on trails, and it progressed from there. And I ended up getting my own Jeep and going out on the trails, and it's what I love to do, so quite literally I turned a passion into my job.
How do you translate that experience to what you do and what you sell your customers?
Well, I won't sell my customers anything that I wouldn't put on my own Jeep, first off. So we can use our knowledge and our experience to kind of lead our customer into making correct decisions. The worst thing is when someone spends a bunch of money and they're expecting an experience and it ends up being bad, and now they're mad and they want to sell their Jeep and it ends up poorly. So if we can start them out on the right foot right out the gate, it works out better. Customer satisfaction is number one. I mean, there are plenty of times where I'm working late just to make sure a customer's happy.
I know you always hear the customer's always right, and that's always true, but how many times have you talked somebody out of something they think is going to be a good idea, but with your experience, you know it's not going to work out?
Fairly often, I would say. We get a bunch of guys that want to come in and do some certain things, and it's like, no, it's not a good idea, man. You should probably go this route.
And you know all that by trial and error, basically?
Most of the time, So we build all these rigs ourselves, and we go and test them ourselves, and it's trial and error. If I know something didn't work on my rig and this guy wants to go down the same route, then I can lead him away from that and be like, hey, personal experience, you don't want to do that.
We talked about the quality parts you put on your vehicles. What if something should go wrong? How long is it guaranteed?
Oh, we guarantee our workmanship 100%. We cover everything we do 12,000 miles. We guarantee that we install it correctly. And each of the products have their own manufacturer warranties. Some of these products are lifetime abuse-proof warranted. Other stuff have 2-year manufacturer defects warranties. It depends. These
are a couple really cool looking Jeeps. This one is your personal Jeep.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the things you've done to it and things that really stand out.
Yeah, this is a 2012 JKU Rubicon. We named it Harambe after the gorilla that was shot in Cincinnati. So I've done a rock crawler 4.5-inch long arm kit. It's re-geared front and back. I got true bead locks, 40-inch tires, hydraulic assist steering, all the goodies.
Why should I bring my vehicle to you to get it lifted and to make it into a 4x4 off-road vehicle?
We're one of the best around, man. That's what we do. So we literally turned our passion into our job, and we focus everything into what we do. I eat, sleep, and breathe Jeeps.
Well, you can bet you're going to get a quality product from these guys, so be sure to look them up at Primal 4x4 and Fab.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings right after this.